Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Swirl to Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment.
All right. Hey, Sandy. We're up here parasailing. Whoa. Hey, everybody. We had to say something.
Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? Happy Sunday. Um, I wasn't planning on doing a show tonight, but I just had the desire to come up and do a live tonight. And tonight I'm going to be talking about dating and marriage. Let's go 50-50. Okay? And I got a question mark there. What do you think about going 50-50? We always hear that, right? Um, there are people that are for it, that think the man and woman should bring 50-50, right? Split the bills, split the grocery money. Um, and then there's some of us that are old school that believe that the man has to provide. Okay. And sometimes, in the real world, um, due to finances, due to economic level where you're at, not everybody can, not every relationship, the man can pay everything, okay? It should be that way. And if a man can't, he needs to strive to get there as soon as possible, okay? Us as men, we need to provide, okay? God designed us to be providers and protectors, okay? We've been created to do hard work, manual labor. That's why men have more upper body strength than women. It's the reason is to protect the women and to do physical work. Okay. Biblically, it says we're supposed to worketh like an ant. Okay. We're supposed to work. All right. And us as men, that's our job. Provide, protect, and do the physical work. Bring home a paycheck, pay the bills. Okay. Now, sometimes you can't pay every bill. Sometimes the wife will pitch in. Okay. But as men, we need to strive to get there. Okay. And good men that work hard and do what a man's supposed to will get there. Okay. But that's our job. It's not the woman's job to be the breadwinner. Okay. And that's how I believe. Okay. And people say, well, that's back in the day, that's old fashioned, that's you know, and my grandparents lived that way. My grandfather worked his whole life. My grandmother never worked. Okay. And back in the day, the man controlled pretty much everything, right? My grandmother didn't even drive a car. Okay. And that's how much my grandfather just did everything. Okay. But, in today's world, we don't live like that. Okay. But as men, we're still supposed to be the protectors and providers. Okay. And, a lot of people don't believe that way. And I got some videos I'm going to show you, and you let me know what you think. Tonight's live, I'm not going to go on too long. It being a work night, having to go to work in the morning, I'm going to keep it short, but I wanted to talk about this. Okay. And, both men and women have opinions on both sides of this. Right. And we hear videos all the time talking about 50-50. Okay. And we talk about, and a lot of stuff is involved. People think because a woman wants a man to pay everything that she's, ungrateful and a gold digger and all this other crazy stuff. No. The man's supposed to pay, all the bills. In fact, that's how I think it should be. But anyway, I'm going to show you this video, and you let me know what you think. I got a bunch of other ones I want to show you. But we're going to hit this up, and I'm going to have a panel at the end if you want to come up and speak about this. Okay.
Still basically wanting to go 50-50. Why is that? I think part of that is because it's ingrained in us to not need someone. It's also ingrained in us to be independent. It's ingrained in us to be self-sufficient on every level, and to always prove a point of I'm not trying to use you. So I'm always trying to show up too, but that's because we're constantly told if somebody's constantly giving to us, you gonna come across you a gold digger. You asking to pay for dinner right now, she a gold digger, she ain't about to use my money. It's dinner. It's $55. You feel me? So I think a lot of that is this foundation of what we've been taught we have to show up as.
I do agree with that. I think that there also is a small percentage of women who enjoy paying 50-50, right? And they don't feel like they were conditioned to do it or anything like that.
All right. What'd you think about that, guys? Okay. 50-50. There are some people that believe in it, and some women feel okay with paying 50-50. Some even want to do this. Maybe they feel they're contributing. Maybe they don't want the man to have total control of paying the bills. And some that have no choice. Okay. Now, when you have a 50-50 relationship, and I've heard women say this, and they're absolutely right. Okay. When you both work and you both have jobs and you split the bills, the woman's always going to contribute more than the man. Let me explain. Okay. You both go to work. You do a 40-hour week, or how many hours you do. Okay. You both come home. Who usually tends to the kids, does the cooking, the cleaning, okay? And a lot of times, the woman's carrying most of the weight, so it ain't really 50-50, Okay? Because even in the modern day, we still have some of those traditions. The woman usually can cook, cleans, and we've been seeing our parents do this. We've been seeing our moms cook, clean, and this and that. And we get a picture of this and we think that's what women do. They take care of the children. Okay. But when you're 50-50 and she's got to do all that, it's not 50-50 anymore. And if you're really going to do 50-50, well, you got to spend half the time taking care of the kids, cooking, all that stuff. Okay. And a lot of men don't want to cook. They can't cook. Most of us cook in the backyard. That's where our cooking talent is. But, 50-50, you got to understand, in the modern world, the woman gets, the short end of the stick there. And not always. Some guys will, split the duties of the household duties. But I think it's better if the man takes care of the finances, earns a paycheck, pays the bills, and, as a man, if your wife works, it's your responsibility still to take care of the household. Okay? A lot of people look at it like, okay, well, we put all our money together in one pot and split it. Me, I don't think that way. I haven't been raised that way. Whatever my wife makes, that's hers. That's how I look at it. And people say, well, that's not fair. Why do you pay the bills and she gets to keep all her money? Because my job is the provider and protector. And by the grace of God, I'm in a situation I can do that. And whatever she does at work, she can keep. And she don't have to work. That's what she wants to do. Okay? So whatever she makes, I don't even care. I have enough I can pay the bills and take care of our needs and fun time and vacations and all that. Now, my wife, she loved me and, she'll spend her money on me and the family, but I don't require it. And I think us as men shouldn't. Okay. And people say, well, that's simping, No, it's just how I am traditionally. Okay. And being the provider, that's how I've been raised. That's how my father was raised, grandfather, generation and generation. Now, I understand the world's different. I understand there's inflation going on. Okay. But as a man, you got to do more than just pay a light bill. Okay. And put less of that burden on our wives. In fact, we shouldn't have that burden on them anyway. Okay. But anyway, what did you think of that? I mean, are they right? And a lot of people think a woman that wants a man to pay all the bills is a gold digger. No, she's not. That's our lane as men, to be the providers. Okay. Now, you can agree or disagree however you feel. People have their opinions. People operate in their marriages differently. Okay. A lot of women are okay paying half. Some women are okay being the breadwinner. Okay. Me, as a man, I would feel so low. I would be embarrassed. And it's not that I feel like I, got to outdo my wife. It's just, I need to be the provider, the protector. That's what I've been raised to do. And I feel good as a man when I can accomplish that. Okay. And naturally, us as men, we want to be that provider. We want our wives to feel secure and loved and, and be proud of us for the hard work we do, and that's it. And if you work hard, you can get that. You might not be rich, but you can be the provider. You can be the protector. In America, any man can reach that level. It's just a lot of people are lazy. They don't put forth extra effort. Or if they have a wife that has a good job, they'll rely on her to bring home some of the finances. And that's not right. That's not the way to do it. Okay. Now you can disagree. You can say, well, in my situation, we do 50-50 and it works out great. Okay. And that's your business. Okay. But that's how I feel. And a lot of traditional people, men and women, feel the same way I do. Some more modern way of thinking don't. Okay. But anyway, let me get another video up here. And this is a thing we need to talk about. And ladies, okay, if you want a man to provide and protect and pay all the bills, you got to have that standard at the beginning. Okay. Because it's kind of hard when you say, yeah, I'll go 50-50, and then all of a sudden you want him to pay it all. He might not have that skill level, that career yet. So you got to have your standards from the get-go. And speaking to other men, you need to have your ish together. You need to have a career. You need to be able to pay for yourself, your wife, your children by yourself. Okay? All right, let me play this one.
You shouldn't go 50-50 with a man.
So I'm working an extra job for our household. You pay your half of the bills, but you over here FaceTiming your baby mama in front of me. You didn't buy me anything for that.
You will be treated like a roommate. A man is supposed to provide. That doesn't mean you can't help out with little bills. But when it comes to the major bills, he should be providing that. I cannot stress this enough. It's important for you to become a high-value woman, because when you become a high-value woman, number one, you know how to delegate. Number two, you go after what you want. And number three, you don't accept nothing less than you deserve. These are all the things that you learn in the High-Value Woman 101 course. I suggest every woman to take the High-Value Woman 101 course. And this is why you...
Okay, what do you think about what she said? And I think what she says is true to a point, that if you are doing 50-50, some men might treat you like a roommate. And if you're in a relationship, in a marriage, you're not roommates. That is your wife, okay? You're supposed to provide and protect her. You're not buddies, you're not roommates, okay? And you want a man that wants to provide, that wants to do things for you, ladies. You don't want a man that, is looking at, okay, what are you bringing to the table? How much money are you bringing in? What bills are you paying? You don't want that. If you got a guy that thinks that way, kick him to the curb. Let him get with some woman that is okay with that. Okay? And you're not a roommate, okay? And if you're treated like that, why are you in that relationship? No 50-50, yes. Bible says men support their family. Yes, that's your responsibility. How your family turns out, if you study the Bible, how your wife and kids end up, is your responsibility as a man. You will be held accountable. Okay? Seriously. And that's why we're the leaders, and we have a huge responsibility. So we got to be right with this. Okay? I'm not saying women don't have their responsibilities, but us as men, we're leaders, right? And if we want our wives to submit, we need to do what we're supposed to as men. Okay? We love our wives like Christ loved the church. That means we would give our life for our wives. Okay? All right. But what do you think about that? I agree with what she said. And why would a man be talking to his baby's mother while in a relationship? That's so disrespectful anyway. If you're still clinging to the, and I hate to say baby mama because it's so disrespectful. That's the mother of your children. Call her the mother of your children. If you have a child with a woman, say that's the mother of my children. Not, oh, that's my baby's mama. That's just so disrespectful and condescending. I don't like it. I hate when people say it. I know it's slang and people talk like that, but it's like, she's more than a baby's mama. She's a mother. She's a mother of your children. Have respect for her. A woman that gives birth goes through a lot. Women actually lose their lives giving birth. So she's taking a risk having your child. So she deserves respect. Okay? Okay. That's my little rant on baby mama stuff. Okay? All right. Let's remove that. I got a few more.
If both of the parties work, was the household responsibilities also divvied up 50-50 in your experience?
No, women are doing
I think
more.
women always get the short end of the
That's
stick.
why I
And
don't
y'all
want-
perceive,
I don't blame
y'all
you.
want to point it
That's what
out.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
Look at these guys. What? What? What do you mean they get the short end of the stick? That's so funny.
like working as
They want to point it out to us
like,
like, oh, I'm going to pay 50%. I'm going to take care of this. But when the woman is taking on the brunt of the child
Absolutely.
rearing, she's cleaning, she's cooking, she's doing the laundry, treating your doo-doo stains in your drawers, it's totally unbalanced.
I agree. If I'm doing all of that, there's no way that I'm contributing to bills. Like, why am I, like, you're my child now. So, like,
You're our child too, because we have to, we have to financially.
No, if you're only doing finances, but
I don't think these guys get it. Okay? The ladies are saying they go 50-50. You know, they're doing more. They're cooking, they're cleaning, taking care of the kids, and paying half the bills. That is not 50-50. And I don't think these guys get it. I think they're looking at it, oh, well, we both work and we both pay half the bills. What are you talking about? And she's saying it's like you're my child. And they're right. You know, a mother's got to take care of her children, but the man in the house, you shouldn't have to take care of you, bro. I'm just saying. If you're the man, the leader, you take care of all that. And she's doing the housework and cleaning. Dang, come on now. And if you're truly going 50-50, you'll help out on that cleaning, taking care of the kids, and the cooking also. If you want to be honest, 50-50. Okay? But these guys, they're like, oh, whoa, they don't get it. And a lot of dudes don't. I don't know why.
it's a partnership. It's a partnership. If you're working, but I'm doing everything else, this is a partnership. It's a partnership.
Yeah. Okay. A good video there. Okay. Very good. Okay. And what did you think about that discussion? Okay. A lot of these dudes, a lot of guys do not listen to women. When women talk to you, you're in a relationship, listen. Okay. You're not always right. Sometimes she's going to be right. And, you know, and when they talk about, okay, 50-50, but what about the cleaning? What about the cooking? What about the kids? A lot of guys will say, well, that's a woman's thing. That's a woman's job. Okay, so while you're laying your butt on the couch after a long day at work, she's got to come home, take care of the kids, feed you, do your laundry. And it's like you're getting a daycare worker, you're getting a maid, and then, you know, you want to have an intimate moment with her, and then she's beat down so tired. And that's another thing that happens. I see this on YouTube, and I've seen this, where men will get upset because their wives that work and, you know, doing that 50-50, and she's so tired and don't feel like having, you know, giving you attention, having that intimate moment that you want. And then you get caught in your feelings and start thinking, oh, no, she's just beat down and tired. You know, she's a human being. And you would be that way too if you were cleaning, taking care of the kids, and doing the work. You know, just saying. But you know, us as men, we got to see it on the women's side too. And it's not being weak, understanding what women go through or trying to. It's showing love and respect to your wife, to the woman you're living with, right? And you know what? You help her out and you show love and respect and give her a break. And you know what? You'll feel so much more love because she'll appreciate it. She'll have energy to be with you, and you'll be happy. She'll be happy. You know, back when I first got married, when our kids were real little, me and Sandy, she didn't work. I worked. I took care. I was in the Army. I took care of the bills, the groceries, everything. She didn't work. And I didn't make a lot of money. I made enough. You know, we were able to eat and, you know, every once in a while go do things together. I had to really budget my money. But she was at home with the kids. And having 3 toddler kids, that's a lot of work. And even though I worked, you know, a full work week, sometimes I'd work late, I was tired, but I always made time to give my wife a break. Okay? And when I was on the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, I would let her sleep in. I'd take care of the kids, go to the park or whatever. And I made it into, you know, like a fun day with me and the kids. They get to spend time with dad because dad's been working all week. And they're with mom all the time. So they look forward to that. My wife looked forward to that. She got to sleep in. That was one day she didn't have to worry about the kids and, you know, feeding them, making their lunch and, you know, all this. I took care of that. And then in the afternoon, me and my wife would, you know, and the kids, we go do something. We go eat. We go have a little bit of fun time. You know, because her whole time was with the kids. And you got to understand, a lot of times women that have children, they end up, you know, having depression. Sometimes they feel like, gosh, I can't get a break. I got to take care of the kids. I got to do this. I got to clean. I got to cook. And sometimes they feel like they're trapped. You always want an outlet. We all need a break. You know, just like me, when I go to work, I look forward to my days off because that's time I can rest, recharge. I can, you know, spend time with my wife or, you know, have some time to relax. I look forward to it. It gets me through the week. Well, your wife, the mother of your children, you give her a day or two, she can have that. She looks forward to it. It gets her through. It helps with depression. It helps with, and then she feels, you know, you're showing her love. And I tell you, a happy wife is a happy life. I'm just saying. But anyway, you get what I'm saying? Women have more body pains than men. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Women's bodies, they go through a lot. I mean, just normal everyday life. Yeah, women do have more pains. Women give birth. Us guys, we don't have, you know. So we should try to understand that instead of saying, okay, well, I did my job as a man. I went to work. I brought home the check. Okay, kids are your problem. No. Marriage is a partnership. Okay. You know, it's not like, you know, it's more than people say marriage is like a business agreement. Well, it kind of is, but it's also you love each other too. You got to have love. You can't just have an agreement. You know, you got to love the other person. You gotta, your wife is your best friend. So it's more than, it's the ultimate relationship, right? So treat it like that. Guys, we need to wake up. Okay? All right.
Anything in her home, she runs the place, okay? It's not both. It's not equal because she does way more work. And so she's going to pull rank if she pays any type of, 50-50 roommate situation. The man will never pull rank in a 50-50 situation, ever. The woman will always rule that house and always second guess him and always correct him and always make sure he's doing correct. He will never feel like a man in his own home, ever.
Okay, let me stop there. Okay? She is completely right. Okay? If she's having to do 50-50, okay? Ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. And what this young lady said, she's going to second guess you. She's going to tell you what you need to do. She's going to be checking on you, making sure you're doing your part. Because she has to be responsible. Okay, and you say, well, as a man doing the 50-50, I'm responsible too. Well, yeah, but she's not going to be in her, femininity and trusting in you to take care of things because she has to do part of the work. So you're really not running things. That she's right. It might be easier on you because, okay, she gets the phone bill, the water, I get the gas, and whatever. I just you're not really running things. And in fact, a lot of times women will take over because you're not doing what you're supposed to as a man. Okay, what do you think? I think she's right.
He will have to run everything past her, and if he doesn't, she's going to yell at him. So that's why I don't believe in 50-50 marriages or relationships, because the man ends up being like the woman. Y'all might as well be in a lesbian relationship. Okay. And I know guys don't want to hear that. Men do not want to hear that. You cannot have any type of respect if you're going 50-50. And men do know this. So if a man asks you as a woman to go 50-50, you're not the one, because he don't need your respect because you're a placeholder. You're a placeholder because he would never, if you were the one, he would never ask you to pay anything because he would never get your respect or you would never value him as a man. So
Ooh. So right. Let me tell you something. And she's right. If a man asks you to go 50-50, he don't really have a lot of value in you. It's like he's not really sure. And let me tell you something. When I dated my wife, I was all in. Okay? And when we got serious and I asked her to marry me, she said yes, her bills instantly became my bills. Her rent, I instantly paid it. I took all her finances and I took care of it. That wasn't even a thing. I didn't even care what she brought to the table. Whatever bill she had was my bill, and I made it happen because I wanted her in my life. I wanted her to be my wife. Once she said yes, that's it. That paying the bills was not a problem. I wasn't looking at 50-50. I was looking at be my wife. Let's build a family. Let's build a life together. So if a man really loves you, that 50-50 stuff ain't going to mean nothing. He ain't going to ask you for that.
He already plans to leave you if he's asking you for 50-50. He don't even care what you think of him. He don't even care if you respect him because you're holding a place for the other woman that he's able to save for since you're paying 50% of all the bills. Okay, so don't do it. It's never worth it. And they may say all the things that you want to hear, but in the back of their mind, you're not the one. because they know you don't respect them. Yet still, they have their hand out at bill pay time. So either they're in survival mode, they don't care if you respect them or not, which means they don't care if you ever see them as a real man.
Yeah, I agree with that. They're not really valued, and you might not respect them because you're paying 50-50. A lot of times they don't care. You're just a placeholder. And people out there that going 50-50 don't come for me and say, well, my husband, we did it 50-50. He was with me for several years. I'm not saying that can't work. I'm not saying it don't work. Okay? I'm just saying 50-50 really, there's a lot of problems to it. Okay? And sometimes people start out 50-50, and then the man, you know, his career goes up, he gets better jobs, and then he takes it over. Okay? I've seen that happen. You know, a good man will take it there, will lead it to there. But if he comes in, hey, 50-50, what are you bringing to the table? You know, if a man asks you, ladies, what do you bring to the table? Turn around, walk away, and don't look back. Okay? Because at that point, you know, he's not in love with you for you. He's in love with you, what you can bring to him, how you can benefit him. But, I mean, that's your choice. If you want to do the 50-50, okay, you can. And I'm not saying it won't work. You know, it does work for some people. But the relationship is better when a man is being the provider. She will trust you more. She will submit to you because she trusts in you. You're taking care of the bills. You're taking care of the groceries. You're taking care of everything. She feels safe and protected. And guess what? She'll pour more into you and make you even better. Now, some women, you know, in the corporate world, they want that career. They aspire, they have goals. That's okay. Okay? My wife has a career. She does very well. We don't need her income. And I've told her several times, you know, hey, you don't have to work. She's like, no, I want to do this. I want to accomplish this. Like, okay. But that's her choice. And as a man, I should be able to give her that choice. It shouldn't be like, oh, babe, you can't quit because I need you to pay, you know, part of the bills. No. And you got to understand, ladies, if you're going to accept 50-50, okay, just understand, you know, it might be he just don't have money and he needs that 50-50 to survive. It could be that. It could be that he's more worried about what's in his pocket than what's in your pocket. And if that's the case, he's looking out for himself and not you. He's not really in the relationship. And he might be saving money for the real woman he wants. Okay? His dream girl. You might be just a placeholder. Okay? Unfortunately, ladies, a lot of women get played like that. Us guys do too, you know. Sometimes we're the come-up dude. It happens. That's life. That's why we need to vet and understand who we're with. Okay? I'm not with 50-50. I'm not either. I would not feel right as a man if I have to depend on my wife to make ends meet. Okay? And it's not my ego. It's not, I think I'm wonderful. No, I always wanted to provide, protect. I want to be a real man. That's what a real man does. He provides and protects. Huh? Okay? If you accept 50-50 now, it will be forever. A lot of times it is. Indiana Mom, yes. Because men get used to that. And a lot of times they won't get better because they can depend on you. You got that good job, young lady. You're in the corporate world. He pays a little bit of the bills, but hey, he gets used to it. And then a lot of times he thinks that's what you're supposed to do. Because a lot of modern men think that women are supposed to pay half. They don't think in the traditional way. So when you get in that 50-50, just understand what you're getting into. Okay? If you both live in the hood and you're coming together to make ends meet because you love each other, okay, I understand that. Nothing wrong with that. But as a man, you move up. You become the provider and protector. Okay? You don't stay at the 50-50. Okay? And I'm not condoning the 50-50 because I think it's a bunch of crap. Okay? But sometimes in the real world, some people have to go there. I get it. But if you're a man that has to go there, you're going to be with a woman that's on the lower economic end too. Okay? If you're that bus driver, you don't deserve to be with a celebrity. Sorry. Okay? And nothing against bus drivers. Bus drivers are needed. They do, good work. No shame in it. I'm just saying, you can't be an average guy and expect to be with, a leading woman in the corporate world making 6-7 figures and you make 5. I mean, come on. Not saying that can't work, but it's a lot of work and those things usually don't work. But there's always an exception to the rule.
They're just there for survival. And if you were to stop paying, they would leave. So they're not really, into you as you thought that they were. Okay. So get out of that 50-50, Barbara the builder and we got to build together mentality, because that only helps the man, not the woman. That's why you don't ever pay for no bills in no grown man's house.
That's right.
You don't ever let a grown man live in your house without him paying all them bills. Period.
Right. She's absolutely right. What do you think? You agree? I agree with her 100%. And look, and if you move into a woman's house, you better pay the bills. But there are some guys that will move in with a woman and then go 50-50 in her house that she purchased. Something's wrong with that picture. I wouldn't feel right about that at all. I really wouldn't. I would have to buy my own house and then bring her in and then pay the bills. But I'm not saying that's wrong. Okay, maybe she owns a house, you move in, you pay all the bills, you get married. Okay, but to me, I would not feel good. As I want to provide that. I want to be the protector provider. That's what God created me as a man to do. He didn't create me to lay on some woman's couch while she takes care of me. Okay? The only time you get that is when you're a baby and a child, a toddler. Okay? Your mama takes care of you till you grow up and you get on your feet. And then it's yours. Once you're a man, it's on you. Okay? All right. Now this guy, I want to show a man his perspective, and he hits the nail right on the head. This is a really good one. All these videos are good, but this one's good.
With a woman and you.
Okay, let me start right there. Okay, it's a little low, the volume. I've turned it up as high as I can, so make sure your volume's turned up because this is really important.
When you go on a date with a woman and you have her pay for 50% of the bill, it's like you're sending the universe a message. And the message is this: I do not feel confident enough or powerful enough for myself to carry this space, this energetic space called a date. And you're also sending her a message. You're sending her a message that in the future, you won't be able to carry the space or carry the load financially. So the world is trying to get you to buy into this notion of 50-50, and it's getting you to buy into that notion so that you don't ever tap into your truest potential as a man, which when you tap into your truest potential as a man, you tap in your truest potential to earn and to create a financial fortress for you and your family. So you got to get out of this notion. Stop listening to what the world is trying to tell you, or do so, but just understand that you'll never be your highest version of yourself, and you'll never earn what you actually should and could be earning.
Exactly. He said it perfectly. Okay? When you come in and you're only going to do 50-50 as a man, what you're saying is you don't have confidence. You're not really into her. You don't really believe in the relationship. That's what I think. That's why I think exactly what it's saying. If I ask a young lady out on a date, which I never would, that was long ago. I'm married now. But let's say, hypothetical, go back in time. I'm 16 again. I ask a young lady on a date, and I say, well, I'll pay half of the movie and dinner, and you pay the other half. What I'm telling that young lady is she's not worth my time on that date unless she pays for part of that date. What I'm saying is I'm not confident in that date. And if it grows to a relationship, most likely I'm not going to be confident in that relationship because I'm going to be depending on what she brings to the relationship. And ladies, you don't want to get caught up in that 50-50 forever. Okay? If he takes you on a date and you have to dig in your purse and pay for part of that, you don't need to be with that man. Because when it comes to marriage, you're going to carry the load there too. That's a beautiful thing about going on a date. A lot of times these guys will show you who they are, ladies. And you say, oh, okay. You want me to pay half? Okay. You go on that date, you pay your half, and you say, you know what? Don't ever talk to me again. Get out of my face. Maybe you shouldn't say it like that. You know, just say, okay, well, yeah, I had a good time. See ya. And don't talk to him again. Okay? You just don't mess with them. It's not worth it. If you have to pay half, really what he's saying, you're not worth my time. You have to pay to be with me. That's what the man is saying. If you want to be in a relationship, you got to pay half to be with me. You're not good enough for me to pay everything. That's exactly what he's saying. And that's how you got to look at it, ladies. Because a lot of women say, well, okay, yeah, we're getting to know each other and okay, I'll pay a little bit, Bull crap. Heck no. I always told my daughters, if you go on a date and he don't pay for everything, do never talk to him again. Don't have nothing to do with them. I tell my daughters this. And you know why? And people say, well, that's kind of harsh. No, it isn't. Because if they accept that 50-50 date, they're going to be in a 50-50 marriage. And then it might be a 70-30 marriage. She might end up paying for everything at the end of the day. That's how a lot of these crappy relationships start out. And they don't end up good. A lot of times the men get weaker. And the women have to become stronger. It's like, you don't want that, ladies. 50-50 is a no-go. It's not just a red flag. It's just I would just say, end it there. That's just me. You can do what you want. And maybe he'll be a 50-50 date, and maybe he'll pull his head out of his butt and become a man. It could happen. But or open marriage. Yeah, it might lead to that garbage too. Okay. A lot of times that 50-50, it leads to that stuff. Because he don't really value you. If he values you, he'll just take care of everything. He just wants you to be with him. He loves you. He don't need you to bring anything but your love and loyalty. That's all we should ask for from a woman. You have to love us, yes, to be in a relationship, and you have to be loyal. Okay? Of course, the man has to be loving and loyal too. I mean, you both have to be. But that's all we should expect from a woman. You know? And if he expects more than that, ladies, he really don't love you. Just saying. And you can't make a man love you, ladies. And guys, you can't make a woman love you either. I mean, they either love you or they don't. They're either into you or they're not. It's life. Sometimes life sucks. Sometimes it does. I'm not saying life sucks. Don't get me wrong. Life is awesome, but there are some down parts of life. There are people that won't like you. There are evil people. That's life. But you can live a good life. You just need to trust in God and keep your eyes open. Have your standards, ladies. The man don't set the standards, you do. What do you want, ladies? 50-50, set up for failure, yes. Now, there are times things happen. Maybe he loses his job because of a medical reason and you have to help a little bit, okay? I was in that situation, okay? I retired from the Army. I got a job making $120,000. I was making plenty of money. I was riding high. I had a medical issue that took that all away within a matter of 48 hours. Talk about humbling, okay? I had my little retirement, okay, which wasn't enough to pay everything. And my wife had a little job she's doing, she liked doing. She said, I'm going to help. We'll get through it. But I felt so low. I didn't feel like a man. And it wasn't my fault. But you know what I did? The minute I got home, I got me a job. You know what? At the time, the only job I could get was Walmart. You know how that feels? You make $120,000 a year to go to work for Walmart. You don't feel too good. It don't boost your ego. But I did what I had to do. And you know what? I got a job at a grocery store. And then later on I got a job for the state. Okay? And then I got a better job. I ended up getting a job better than the one I lost. But I had to have humility. And I couldn't let my wife just take care of me. I had to get back in the game. There was no time to stop, rest, and feel sad. No. But a lot of guys will feel sorry for themselves, and then the wife helps out, and then they make it work, and then he might have been the provider and end up going 50-50. I could have went that route. But you know what? I love my wife more than that. It's not her responsibility to take care of the household. It's mine. And she did help me for a couple months to where I pulled myself back up. But I didn't want to stay there. I knew it wasn't right for me to stay there. But you know what? She has confidence in me. She knows if I fall on my back, I'll get back up and keep going. Okay. All right. This next one it is kind of a long one, and it's a video you guys have seen, and it's a woman. Okay? It's a wife that decides she don't want to go 50-50. She don't want to pay the bills no more. Okay? And we're going to listen to this. You guys have probably already heard it. Now, is it real or is it a skit? I don't know. But it's a good learning tool, I would say. You know, it's more believable than the Cheesecake Factory. Okay? But we're going to dig into this. I'm going to give you my perspective, and then I'll open up the panel after I'm done. If you guys want to talk about this stuff, and I think this is really needed, especially for younger people. Young ladies, don't fall for that 50-50, okay? Okay? Ladies, you set the standard. It's your life. It's about you, ladies. You're the prize. Okay? You don't owe nobody nothing. Put yourself first. And black women especially. Black women go 50-50 more than any other group of women. Okay? And I'm not... And I'm just saying, black women, put yourself first. You're at the top when it comes to women. You're first class. Don't settle for coach. Okay? Don't settle for a bus ride when you should be on a jet. I'm just saying. Okay, let's put this up here.
Why you quit your job?
Because I wasn't finna pay bills anymore. I don't want to do any of this anymore.
What you mean?
Okay,
You're not finna pay?
let me stop this here. StreamYard is acting foolish. Okay. All right. Wife quits her job, expects her husband to pay all the bills. Okay, let's listen to it. And the husband should pay all the bills.
All right. What's wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
What you mean? What I'm talking about? You know.
Talking about?
Why you quit your job?
Because I wasn't finna pay bills anymore. I don't want to do any of this anymore.
What you mean? You're not finna pay bills no more?
I'm not paying any bills anymore. Like, are you hard of hearing? Like, I'm not doing it anymore.
So you're not gonna help me out no more?
Oh.
Why?
Because that's your job. You're supposed to be paying all the bills in the first place. Why I gotta go work? Why I gotta get up at 8 o'clock?
Who house is this?
It's our house, but you gonna pay all these bills. I'm not doing it by myself.
I'm saying, so what's wrong with you working and helping?
There's a lot wrong with it. Why I gotta do it? Why I gotta do it? You sit up here and act like you the man of the house. Okay, be the man of the house and pay all the bills. I'm not doing it.
I am the man of the house.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not complaining like that.
No, I'm the man of the house, and the man of the house telling you need to.
No, I'm not gonna go do anything. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing right here on my computer, and you go to work.
What you doing on
you
the
go to
computer,
work.
y'all?
You do the kids, be a man, step up, and do what you need to do.
I always been a man.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You haven't been
lately.
lately.
Been a man.
You sure haven't been lately.
How?
So what? You bring this camera in my face to do what?
How?
What point are you trying to prove?
To show people how sorry you is.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. What I'm gonna do is be the lady in the house.
Okay, let me stop right there. Oh my God. A lot to unpack here. Okay. They're in a relationship. They're in a marriage, right? She says she's not going to pay half. She says it's your job. It's your responsibility. And she's absolutely right. I back her 100%. Okay? But here's the thing, okay? And the standard she has now, she should have had when the relationship started. Okay? Because here's the deal. Okay? You accept 50-50. Okay? He gets used to that. Now he's like, what do you mean you can't pay bills? What do you mean? Okay? Now, he might not be in a position to pay all the bills. He might not have a good enough job to do that. He might not have a lot of education. He might not have a lot going for him. So he might need her to do it. Okay? Now, if you go in the relationship and you let him know your standards, you're not paying half, then you can end it before you get into a situation to where you're either stuck paying, going 50-50, or it ends up in a divorce. And that can be problems too. You might have kids. It's going, what I'm saying is, instead of getting in a relationship and having damage done in the middle of it, how about not get into it? And that way you don't have to go through all this. You know, now, does she really love the guy? Could they work something out? Maybe he can work on his education and get to a point where he can pay all the bills? Because it's not going to happen overnight. And I'm not taking a side. I'm just saying, you allowed the 50-50, now you're going to end it. Okay? Which you have every right to, but a lot of time is wasted. How long will it take him to be able to pay all the bills? We don't know. He might make enough money, he might be able to pay all the bills. He may be stubborn and think she needs to pay half. It could be that. I mean, look at Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, right? Both millionaires, and they're going 50-50, which is the dumbest ish I've ever seen. And maybe that's why they're having trouble in their marriage. Probably so. I don't understand why millionaires got to go 50-50. I don't get it. I mean, if he really loves her, you just pay everything. But this situation, I don't know where their economic situation's at. He might not be able to pay all the bills. And if she stops, they're going to fall behind on bills. Stuff ain't going to get paid. Aren't they getting a divorce? I believe so. Yeah, I think Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, I think that's over. I could be wrong. I haven't really looked into it. Yeah, if you have questions for me, guys, put it in caps. I'm not real good at keeping track of that, so I do need that help. My mom used to never start. No, you plan keeping up. Yeah. But, this might have been avoided if she had the standards. If she says, you know what? You get in a relationship, you're paying everything. What do you mean I'm paying everything? You gold digger, and then it ends. Okay. But you got to let the man know, ladies. Have your standards. Okay? She might have been okay with 50-50, and then she sees, maybe she has a friend or a family member that her husband might take care of everything, and she wants that. And deep down, she knows that a man's supposed to take care of everything. But now, this looks like it's coming to an end, and it just don't look good. I mean, how do you get out of this? You either stay in the marriage paying 50-50, or you work with him to get out of it if he's willing to do that, or you end it and move on. Okay? I'm not for divorce, but sometimes it needs to happen. But I just, ladies, have your standards from the get-go. A lot of things can be avoided just by having your standards and your values. And living up to him. You can't fix the man. Okay?
House and make sure the house is taken care of, and you go out and work. How come I don't? Didn't you just eat last night? Didn't you just eat last night? The point is, the point is, I'm not gonna go and work for nobody anymore. Now you can go work at your little warehouse job and bring back that money so we can pay these bills.
Cooking rotel ain't no.
What you talking about? We're not even talking about me cooking. What we talking about is you going to work so you can come back home and make sure that we good.
No, what we talking about is you need to go get a job so you can.
No, I'm not gonna go do anything. I'm not about to do anything. If you not satisfied,
no, we need to help make sure each other good. So like,
no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You need to make sure that this whole house is
you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
How you good if you just quit your job?
Because you don't know what I got put up. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not paying anything else.
That's what we doing.
Like I said, I'm not paying anything else. And you're gonna be responsible for everything else. I'm tired of paying bills. Simple as that. So what you wanna do?
Bro, that little portion you put in on
portion?
That little portion.
Okay, so my little portion about nothing, because I'm not paying anything else.
Wow. He said, wow, that little portion you put in. Well, if it's just a little portion, hey, guy, get you a second job. Okay? He probably feels some kind of way because she's kind of putting an ultimatum, it sounds like. She's saying, I'm not working. I'm not doing it. You're going to have to take care of the bills. That's your job. Now, that I agree, but she should have told him that before the marriage. When they started dating, she said, you know what? I don't pay bills. Okay? The man pays everything. She should have said, I'm traditional, and I believe the man should pay for everything. Let him know from the get-go. A lot of these dudes you tell them that, and they'll leave. They'll go find a woman that's okay with 50-50. Okay? A lot of times, have your standards, ladies, from the get-go. Okay? You can avoid a lot of headache by letting them know where you're at and having your standards. Don't think that, okay, he's a little off, I can fix it. No, you can't. This ain't Build-A-Bear. You can't. He's not a little bear. You can fix him and put a little more stuffing in him and get a good little outfit on and make him a good man. No. Okay? Only God can do that. And we have a free will as people, right? As human beings. And he's got to want to do it. Okay? Don't try to fix a broken man, ladies. Leave the broken man alone. Let God deal with him. Find a man that's right. Okay?
And that's the problem.
You're not understanding this.
I don't understand why you don't think that's a problem.
It isn't a problem.
So
I'm your wife. I'm your wife. So why do you want your wife to go out and work? I'm not understanding it.
Plenty of people wives work.
Okay, I'm not gonna be one of them anymore. Simple as that.
No.
You need to step your game up. Go get you another job. Go get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more if you got to. But I'm not gonna do it no more.
You got me.
I do not.
No, you got me.
Stop being lazy. Stop being a bum. And go get another job.
No. What you can do is you can get up and go get you another job because you quit a job that you was perfectly fine.
I'm straight. At the end of the day, you need to go get you another job and take care of these bills. We got 4 kids and you can't even barely take care of one.
Wow. They have 4 kids? Wow. Like I said, she should have had the standards. And you know, it's better to start with a man that could pay everything, because maybe she might have had 4 kids with a man that could pay all the bills, and she wouldn't have to worry about having a job and paying so many bills and going behind him, making sure he's paying what he should and overseeing it. A lot of times this happens where the woman ends up taking charge and doing the man's job and making the money and handling the finances and making sure he's doing his 50-50 part. You know, that's too much that a woman should have to do. And now she's in a situation, I guess she's fed up and she ain't doing the 50-50 no more. Okay, well, you got 4 kids and a husband now. Nothing good's going to come from it. And unless he decides, you know what, I need to be a man and man up. But if he thinks you're full of crap and you're being unreasonable and you need to do your part, you might end up in a divorce. Now you're a single mother with 4 kids. I'm just saying. And all this can be avoided. I mean, it's not a sure thing it can be avoided, but let them know your standards from the get-go. Let them know you're traditional. Let them know you don't go 50-50. If they ask you, go 50-50, you tell them, take that 50-50 and you know what I'm saying, right? Brother need a good job. Yeah, well, he don't need a good job if he's got a woman willing to go 50-50. Why should you? Hey, like I said, have standards, ladies. A lot of women will settle for less, thinking they can make the less more, thinking that they can build the man and make the boy into a man. You can't. Okay? Physically, he's a man. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, he's not. He's like a little boy in a man's body. Okay? You don't want that. Ladies, make it clear what you want. It's about you. It's about what you want in life. And if he can't give you that, he don't deserve you. That's how you got to look at it. If he can't pay the bills, if you don't have a good career, and you want a man with a good career, don't settle for him. Divest now. Hey. Ladies, you might have to divest. You might have to open up your options. Okay? And if the better man's a different color, go with the better man. I went with the better woman that was a different color than me. And you know what? I've been blessed. It's about character. Okay? Ladies, you want a man with character. You want a man that wants to provide for you, wants to protect you. It takes their dads to do that. Yeah, and there is a disadvantage women have that come from a single parent household. You know, a lot of these young ladies don't have a father to let them know what's going on, to talk to their daughters. You know, I spent all kinds of time talking to my daughters. My daughters will tell you. I talk to my daughters till I was blue in the face. Did we talk about dating? Darn right. We talked about so much they got sick of me talking about it. I talked about the men they should avoid. And I tell you, and I told them, I said, you're going to fall in love with a man. It's going to happen, but you better choose right. Because if you don't, you might end up having to hold up the household. You might end up having to have 2 or 3 jobs. Your kids might have to deal with less. It is so important, ladies, choosing the right man. This 50-50, us as men, we need to get out of that mindset. We do. Stop worrying about what women are bringing to the table. Worry about being a man, you know, and compete. You do it the right way as a man, you'll get the woman you deserve. Okay? And what I mean by that is you get a young lady that's at your same economic level that you can provide and protect. Okay? And you do it right, you can move up together. You can go from lower middle class to upper class, or maybe even, you know, you might even be wealthy one day. Okay? But guys, if you're a bus driver, you don't deserve a corporate woman that's making more than you. You don't deserve that. Okay? And ladies, don't let nobody shame you into dating and marrying down. You don't owe men nothing. Okay? It's about you. Build a marriage, a family, a legacy with a good man. Don't settle for less. Okay, these guys they're not settling for less, are they? They're telling you how you have to be. Black women, too many people are telling you you need to do better. Black women, you need to do better. Black women, you need to understand. Black men, black women, you need to, come on. Do I need to say it every show? You're the most educated. You're the most loving, most nurturing, most spiritual. Come on. The whole world knows, black women, you are the best. A lot of the world ain't going to say it, but they know it. They know you're the most educated. They know you're doing amazing things. Don't kid yourself. The media might portray you at times as ratchet, crazy, outspoken, loud, emotional. But the truth is, black women are leading the way. Black women are leading the way in the corporate world. Black women are leading the way in our churches. Black women are leading the way when it comes to wives and mothers. Okay? And people will say, and people will come at me and say, well, no, in the black community, black women are the most single mothers in any other group. Yeah, it's because their men are failures. Okay? But when black women marry other men, actually, they make us more successful. And truth be told, black men do better with black women than any other group of women also. Okay? White men, we do better with black women. We have longer lasting marriages. Our kids do better. And actually, we have more wealth than we do with Becky. And I have no hate for Becky. But the black woman is doing better. The black woman is on top. And it's time that the black woman takes what belongs to her and puts herself first. Ladies, where you belong is where you want to belong. Here in America, this is your home. Whatever community you want to go to in 2023, you can go to. You can be with any group of men you want to be with. If it's white, Asian, whatever you want, ladies. This is your world. Make it happen. Put yourself first. You already proved you're the best. Now it's time to take the best. You know, and black women, I tell black women all the time, be like Asian women. I mean, if you like white men, be like Asian women. You know what Asian women do? They go and get what they want. They get with white guys and they just step in, move in, and take Becky's pedestal, and they sit right down on it. And they don't give a damn what their community thinks, what white women think, what the white man's family thinks. They're going to take what they want. I'm telling you, Asian women do that. They're doing it. But they don't go through what black women do. I get it. You know, Asian men ain't going around shaming Asian women for being with a white guy. They don't care. They just like, okay. But they're doing it in numbers. But Asian women don't care what they think. They don't care what their community thinks or their family thinks. They go for what they want. They really do. If you look at Asian women, you got to respect them in that way. They do that. Black women, you can do that in a heartbeat. Make this about you. Make this your world. It's you. You're the prize. You're the treasure. The hell with what everybody says. Sometimes you got to give them the finger. The society, the community, whatever. Yeah. Asian women are hypergamous by nature. They sure are. You bet they are. You think they're going to settle for a broke brad? No, hell no. Asian women don't do that. They go and get what they want. Black women, go get what you want. It's about you, okay? And whatever man you want to be with. I'm not going to sit up and say the white man's the best pick for you. You got to decide who's the best pick for you. Now, I can show you stats where black women, white men have the strongest marriages. That's true. But there's dust buckets in every racial group too, ladies. Okay? That Asian man might be a better fit than the white man. That Hispanic guy might. You know, I mean, or that white guy might be the best. It's up to you to figure that out, ladies. Okay? But take what's yours. Everything in this country is yours, ladies. Stop settling for less. Stop dating and marrying down. You're better than that. You are the best. You deserve the best. Embrace that. Embrace your accomplishments. Embrace that you're the most educated. Embrace that you're the biggest entrepreneur group, ladies. Embrace that you have the biggest heart and you're the most loyal. You've proven you're the best. Unfortunately, a lot of the world don't want to admit it. But they know. But make it about you. And stop listening to people with their stereotypes and generalizations saying that Becky won't let you get in there in the neighborhood. Becky ain't going to say a damn thing. Last I checked, white men run the white community. It's not Becky. Okay? So if white men accept you, you're in. And guess what? Most of them will. Yeah. And let me tell you, nobody is ever checked me on my wife. I had a couple grandmothers that didn't think it was a good idea. But you know what? They kept their mouth shut because they knew it's my decision. Because us as men, we run our community. And let me tell you something. And I'm speaking to white men now. Listen. Okay? Or non-black men. But white men, this applies more because you're going to go through more crap than another non-black man. Okay? All right? You're going to be labeled as racist. You're going to be labeled as a fetishizer. Okay? And when you're with your black girlfriend or black wife, they're going to throw slavery in your face. They're going to throw Jim Crow. Every evil deed a white man has done, they're going to throw it in your face. And you're going to have to live with that. And if you do not have the strength to go through that, don't get with a black woman, because it's going to be there. And if you do not have the backbone to kick family members to the curb and put your wife first, don't deal with a black woman. Because I'm telling you, there is a price for being with a black woman. You're going to have to cut off family members. Some of your so-called friends you're going to have to get rid of. Okay? You're going to have to deal with a lot of stuff thrown at you. And you're going to have to stand up as a man and just take it. Okay? If you're able to do that, all the stuff you go through will be worth it. Because what you get in return is a woman that will love you, that will give you everything. And she'll make you better than you ever thought you can be. Okay? And I tell people that, you know, if you're not strong enough to deal with people not liking you because you're with a black woman, don't leave black women alone if you can't handle that. Because I'm telling you, I've been married 29 years to my black wife. And this crap has been thrown in my face ever since I dated her. But you know what? That's okay. Because whatever I go through, she's worth that and more. Okay? And you know what? Sometimes, most of the time, when you want the best, you got to go through the most. Okay? But it's worth it. I would, if I had to go through it a million times over, black women would always be my choice. Because they're the best option. They have the most character. They have the biggest heart. And you know what? So whatever I have to go through is a small price to get the best. And some people think I'm crazy. Some people think it's odd because most white men that are with black women, married to black women, they don't go out and tell the whole world about it. They just do their thing. And, you know, I'm different. I tell people. I share my blessing. I tell how I really feel. You know what? I love black women. I always have and always will. And you know what? More of us need to express that. More of us need to just say it. Stand up for black women. Because I tell you what, if she loves you, she'll be with you all the way. There's no other woman that will love you more than a black woman will, regardless of your race. We say black women are race loyal. No, they're love loyal. They pour everything in the men they love. It just happens that most black women are with black men. So most of them pour in the black men. Okay? But you find a black woman that loves you, you're blessed. It's a blessing from God. It's a beautiful thing. And we should never be ashamed of saying it. We should never be ashamed of saying, I love black women. That's not a bad thing. That's not pandering. That's telling the truth. My life, my marriage reflects my love for my wife. People know I love black women, and I don't have to say a damn thing. They can just look at my life. People that have known me since I was little till now, they know, oh yeah, he loves black women. He really does. Hmm? My mother and father told me, we know you're going to marry a black woman. We already know. They knew it before I did. Isn't that funny? Parents know their children. And I thank God that my parents didn't tell me it was wrong for me to have feelings for black women. I thank God that my parents didn't say, hey, you need to stay with your own kind. I thank God my parents didn't do that. That I could speak freely and not have no shame in it and feel good about it. Some people say I do this show because I want to feel good about myself and feel good about having a black wife. Well, damn right. I do this because it does feel good. Some people say I do it for therapy. It's pretty damn good therapy. You know what? I express love and respect to black women, and when they give it back, it feels pretty good. It's a blessing. Yeah, that's why I do it. It does make me feel good. And it makes me feel good when ladies send me an email or they tell me thank you. Thank you for showing love. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for standing up for us. Oh, that feels so good. That is a great feeling. That is a blessing. That's why I do it. And plus, I want other people to open up their options and not be afraid to love somebody that's in a different culture, a different racial group. I don't want people to pass up their blessing because they got different skin tones. Come on. I do come up here to make myself feel good. You're right. That's the only reason he does the YouTube to, because to make him feel good about being married to a black woman and, being lifted up by black women. That's all he does it. Okay, yeah, you're right. Is that so bad that I come on here and express love and affection for black women and tell them they're beautiful women and they're awesome? What? How is that bad? That's why I do it. And I want to encourage black women to open up their options. Let them know they're beautiful and they have so much more value than they know. Through my life, black women have blessed me all the way. And I'm not just talking about my wife. Black women I've had contact with, black women that have been my friends, black women that have shown me love as a child, all the way as to a man. Black women were instrumental in my faith, encouraging me to live for God and to build God's family. A lot of my life has been influenced by black women. So yeah, I come on here and show them love. This is something I can do to express my love and tell the world how I feel and praise my wife. And let the world know these are amazing women. Yeah, that does make me feel good. Damn right. You say, well, what do you get out of it? I feel good about it. I lift somebody up. I'm out here telling the truth. You know, where other people ain't saying a damn thing. There's so many men that are with black women that just they won't say it. They won't. I don't know. Maybe they just want to be left alone and, you know, be blessed with being with a black woman. I want to return the blessing. I want to be a blessing to black women. I want them to feel good. And what do I get in return? I feel good about it. You know, there's nothing wrong with showing love with someone you're in love with. Okay, I love my wife more than anything in the world. And the qualities my wife has, a lot of black women have these same qualities. There's something about black women, they're amazing. And ladies, you got so much value and you got so much in you. You got so much beauty you don't even know. He'll say, okay, well, why you got to praise black women all the time? Because I want to. It makes me feel good to do it. And you know what? There's black women that it feels good for them to hear it. So guess what? I'm going to keep doing it. But anyway, sorry, I just tell a little bit about my feelings. But look, that's how I feel. And you know what? Black women are the standard of beauty to me. Because a man's standard of beauty is his wife. And it should be, right? You know why society made Becky the standard of beauty in America? You know why that happened? Because most of the men are married to white women. So their standard of beauty is their wife. Okay? And black women, listen. Does that mean white women are more beautiful? No, it don't mean that at all. It just means the man, his standard of beauty is his wife. You know? But overall, black women are the most beautiful. We can go from the physical to the mental to the emotional to the spiritual. We can name it all. And what's wrong with me just telling the truth? Because it might hurt somebody's feelings. It shouldn't. Me saying I love black women is not me attacking another group of women. It's just expressing my love. That's it. But anyway, let me put this up here. I'm not going to be too long tonight. If you guys want to come up, you can. Let me put the link up here. Sorry about my rant, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I just want to express what I feel. I feel good when I just let it out and tell you what I think. You know? Hey, I'm happy with my life. I love my wife. I love my kids. My wife is amazing. You know, my kids are amazing. They're all college educated. My wife has turned my daughters into amazing, beautiful women that are traditional and highly educated. And my son's highly educated too. You know, my kids are self-sufficient. That's a blessing. And the character my wife has, a lot of black women have. And they're selling themselves short by lowering their standards for a man that don't deserve them. Too many times I see this. Too many times I see black women that will get with a man that don't deserve them. Ladies, it's time. You got to put yourself first. It makes no sense to go to the top and drag a man that's at the bottom. Try to drag him with you. If you're going to the top, you should be with a man that's going to the top too. Okay. But anyway, hey, Beverly, have a good night. It was good seeing you. I appreciate you, Beverly. Thank you so much. Indiana Mont, don't apologize. No, I'm not apologizing for how I feel. I just apologizing. Sometimes I get in a rant and I repeat myself and I kind of circle talk about it. But that's where my heart is, you know, and that's why this channel exists. It's pretty much I'm sharing my life story, and I'm uplifting a group of women that should be uplifted, that I see that aren't getting the love and respect they deserve. And I'm encouraging people to open up their options. I think it's a beautiful thing, regardless how big this channel gets. If it stays where it's at, or it gets bigger, or if it shrinks, you know, I'm happy to be here. I appreciate each and every one of you that are here. I appreciate the panels we have. You know, and I love hearing your stories. You know, I enjoyed talking to Indiana Mom, and she tells her story about her interracial marriage and how, and amazingly, we've been married the same amount of years, 29 years. So there's proof that black women and white men have amazing marriages, have amazing relationships. We're leading the way. Who would have thought? You know? But, you know, but I'm just telling the truth. That's all I'm doing. And I love this YouTube thing. I love it so much. It's amazing. Now, sometimes I got to get away from it because it's a headache. Sometimes dealing with other YouTubers that, you know, don't like you, that want to see you be destroyed. And you got to deal with that. That's life. But when I come into this platform and I talk to you ladies and gentlemen, and, you know, it makes my day. It's very uplifting. It's amazing. And I'm very humbled to have this platform. I'm humbled that you come on and listen to me and participate. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel good. It makes my wife Sandy feel good. We love you guys. You guys are amazing. You know? And I think we could build something here, you know? And we could build something. This channel don't have to grow for us to build something. Just us coming together, talking about some of these issues. Some young lady, some young black woman might listen and say, you know what? And I know it sounds kind of remedial in a way, but a young black woman might come up and say, and hear us talk about, you need to vet and don't settle for 50-50 at first. Let them know what your standards are. And that might go in her head and say, you know what? They're right. Why should I settle for less if he's not willing to meet me halfway here, you know? Why should I have to pay the bills and do the housework and all that? You know, sometimes when you talk, things sink in and it helps you out later on in life. I remember my father talking to me about marriage when I was little, about how if I can't afford a wife, I don't deserve a wife. My father told me that. He said, if you don't have a good job, you don't get married because you don't deserve to have a wife. You do not deserve to have a family. My father was rough on me on that. He didn't hold back. He said, if your wife and kids are messed up, it's your fault. Why did he say these things to me? You know, get a woman of faith, son. Get a woman that... why did he tell me this? When I was little, I was like, okay, Dad, I want to hear this. I mean, what? But as I got older, it makes sense. It helped me out in choosing my wife. It helped me lead me to my wife, Sandy. It stuck in. Words mean things. And those of us that are up in age, we have experience. We have wisdom. You know, we can help people that are younger than us, younger couples. You know, people opening up their options in their 20s, young people starting out. I could tell them, look, I've been there. This is what I went through. It's not going to be the same that you go through. It was a little bit harder for me to open up my options than it is for you. And it was harder for the Lovings to open up their options than it was me and Sandy, right? We're passing the torch generation to generation. And it's growing. Our community's growing. Black women, white men, our marriages are growing. We're being successful. That's a good thing. We don't need to keep it to ourselves. We need to share it with everybody. I think people need to hear about me and my wife, Sandy, our marriage. I think people need to see a middle-aged couple that's been married 30 years, that has made it work, that has gone through it. And if we can do it, you can do it. And pass on the torch. Make Swirl to an investment. Grow. Yeah. You are a clear-minded, level-headed man. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much. But really, in my life, I look at my life and I'm like, wow. And Black women are deep in my heart because they've had such an impact on my life. And I think about that and I'm wondering, how did that happen? I didn't grow up in a Black community. I wasn't around a lot of Black people. Most Black people I was around was in church. You know, but the little contact I had with these Black women have been a blessing. And it's impacted my life. It's like someone shows you love and you give it back. And it's like, you know, I just think my eyes have been open. I've seen the true value in Black women, the beauty that Black women have. And I'm able to see that because my mother and father didn't stop me from seeing that. They didn't tell me, hey son, you can't mess with Black women. No, They didn't say that. You know, when I talked to my father about black women, he said, son, if that's who you love, find a good woman and you know, do it the right way. My father understood there's good black women. He didn't care if I got with a black woman or a Chinese woman or anything. All he cared about is I was with a good woman, a woman that would love me and be a good wife and good mother to my children. And thank God I had that. Thank God I didn't have to deal with, well, they're different. No, you know that those interracial things don't work, and you know society won't like it, and you know people, they don't like those things. How many times we heard that crap? Come to find out, white men are better off marrying black women than any other group of women. People are like, wow, how'd that happen? I know how it happened. It makes sense. We have a lot in common. And black women have a lot of character, a lot of love in their heart. So yeah, I understand that works. It wasn't a surprise to me. But hey, but I know we're talking about 50-50, right? But here's the thing. I think a man should be a man. And I'm talking about an old school man that works hard, provides and protects his family. A man that works, has a job, brings home a paycheck, treats his wife like the treasure she is, and yeah, puts her on that pedestal. Okay? Let her know she's beautiful. I tell my wife she's beautiful every day. I hug my wife every day. And sometimes people are amazed. Dang, you really love your wife. You sure speak highly of her. You do it a lot. Okay, well, I'm supposed to do that, right? And what I tell her, I believe. She is beautiful. She is amazing. I love her more than anything in the world. She is my treasure. And I don't go around calling her queen, but I treat her like that. She deserves to be treated like a queen. I mean, my life would not be the same without my wife. It wouldn't be this good. But you know what? 50-50 was never a thing. It was never a thought. Because I wanted to be with her. I wanted to spend the rest of my life with my wife. I didn't want to spend what she brought to the table. I didn't want to spend time with that. I want to spend time with her. As long as she comes to the table with love and loyalty, I'll do the rest. Just take my hand in marriage and know I love you. That's it. And if a man can't tell you that, he don't really love you. I'm just saying. I know what true love is. And 50-50 never came in the middle of that. And if I had to work 5 jobs to take care of my wife, I'd do it. Whatever it takes. But anyway, guys, I'm going to shut this down. I just wanted to come on tonight and talk about the 50-50 and open my heart a little bit too. But don't settle for less, ladies. Black women don't. You're too amazing and beautiful for that. Okay? Make it about you. Okay? Take care of yourself. Make it, what do you want in life? Let men compete for you. Okay? Don't compete for men and don't lower your standards. Have your standards at the get-go. Okay? Let them know. You do not go 50-50. Let them know. Say, you want a man to do what a man's supposed to do. And if he can't accept that, well, you dodged a bullet. I'm just going to say. Okay? A romantic, okay. I'm just speaking my heart. I mean, what can I say? I'm blessed. I'm amazed every day. I look at my wife and I'm like, wow, this woman loves me. She poured her heart into me. I remember when I married her, that was the greatest day of my life. I tell you. I tell you, when I came in, our wedding day, me and Sandy, I tell you, it was the greatest day of my life. It was, we got married at this clubhouse thing, and it was like a clubhouse there were like townhouses, and they had this like, it was like a clubhouse thing. They had like a banquet room, a pool, and my wife had a friend that lived in that community, and they let us use that for the wedding, and it was nice. It was and I remember standing there. I was so nervous. Oh my God. I was getting married, right? I was 24 years old, and I'm thinking, ooh. And I was excited. I was nervous. My heart was racing. And my wife was late. I'm telling you. Well, the reason why is she's getting her hair done, right? And she got it done so beautiful. And she had like micro braids done. And it was like rolled up. And the style was amazing. And it took like, I don't know, like 12 hours to do this. I mean, she got up super early, and the wedding was in the evening, and she's like, like 15 minutes late. And I remember I called her, everything okay? Yeah, I'm still getting my hair done. We're trying to hurry. And and my brother-in-law was standing there. He's like, oh man, she might have had second thoughts, bro. I don't know. And he was joking around. And my mother-in-law, she told my brother-in-law, she said, shut up. And she hugged me and she said, welcome to the family, son. We've been praying for you. Man, I was like, wow. And then she walked in. And my wife walked in, and she was so beautiful. And I was like, wow. I didn't I remember every bit of that day. And this was 29 years ago. This was back in May 19th, 1994. And the crazy thing is, we went back to that place, and they still have our wedding pictures from years ago. Wow. But I tell you, I was blessed. And I thank God. I was like, My wife is everything I prayed for and more. And I was, when I prayed for wife, and look, they say you have not because you ask not. I prayed for my wife, and that day came, there she was. I was like, thank you, God. You give me more what I asked for in detail. Because I was deliberate in what I wanted. I asked God. I you know, God knows your heart. But I just like, wow, there it is. Everything I ever wanted in life. This is the greatest day of my life. And through our marriage, you know, I remember every time our child was born, and every time our family grew, there's a new person in our family. My oldest daughter was born, and then my son came, and then my youngest daughter, and I almost lost my wife with my youngest daughter. She started going into cardiac arrest, and that broke me in half like no other. She pulled out. She was okay. But I tell you what, I don't take nothing for granted in my wife. Anything she ever wants, I'll give it to her. But I have that because I went for the best option. I opened up my options, and I didn't listen to society and what other people had to say on what I should do with my life. I put myself first. And ladies, put yourself first. You'll never be happy unless you get everything you want in a relationship. I got that. And more. People said it would never work. I remember my grandmother said, well, and the crazy thing is my marriage was the one that was going to fail, according to everybody, because I married a black woman and nobody else did. And my marriage was the only one that lasted with my cousins. And you know what that shows? I made the right choice. I knew I made the right choice from the get-go. But now everybody knows I made the right choice. And you know what? I didn't come with wanting 50-50. I love my wife. I wanted to give her everything. And a man that loves you will want to give you everything. But anyway, sorry guys. I get a little emotional with this because I really love my wife. And the love I have for my wife comes straight from God. And I went to God and asked him for my wife, and he gave me my wife. So it means so much to me, and that, you know, and really, I don't know why I'm so blessed in this area. I don't feel I deserve it. I don't. I just, my wife is, she's proof there's a God and he loves me. I mean, you know, but anyway, but you know what? I've been blessed and I don't take it for granted. And my wife is everything to me. And every day I wake up and she's next to me is a blessing. And I'm going to embrace every day, every minute, every second. And but anyway, my whole thing tonight was, I know I kind of drifted and I spoke some of my feelings here, and but ladies, please make it about you for a change. You've poured into everybody else, black women. It's time that you put yourself first. Okay? And don't settle for that 50-50 stuff. Okay? If he can't give you 100%, he don't really love you. You know? And people say, well, a good marriage is a 50-50. No, it's 100-100. And that means you pour everything. Okay? Us as men, we pour everything. We provide, we protect. Okay? And our wives, they pour everything. They support us and love us. And, it's a perfect union when it's done right. It's God's design that a man and woman come together and build a family together, with love and marriage. And ladies, don't settle for 50-50. Make a man be a man. Okay? When we're providing and protecting, we're at our best. When women allow us to be lazy and provide half, that don't help us at all. That don't help the family at all. We got to be the men. And us as men, we need to look in the mirror and say, you know what? If we want to be with that young lady, we need to prove ourselves to be the best option for her. And if we can't, then she needs to go somewhere else and we need to work on being the best. Anyway. But guys, ladies, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to have a prayer meeting Tuesday night. Okay? Or Tuesday evening. It's not going to be too late. I got some doctor's appointments I got to do Tuesday. So after I get done with that, I'll do a prayer meeting. I don't know what the message is. I was going to do it today, but I haven't got a message together. And I want to make sure I have a good message before I, go into a prayer meeting. I don't want to wing a prayer meeting. I want it to be the best I can do. But Tuesday, I'm going to be praying and working on that. I'm going to have a prayer meeting in the evening, Tuesday. Yeah. But ladies, seriously, I know I've been saying it over and over and over and over and over again, but put yourselves first. You are the best. Make sure you get the best. Yes, 100. We do it together. And we both have our own task to make it happen. Yeah, we do. And that's exactly right. But anyway, guys, I'm going to reach out to let's see. There's a couple people I want to reach out to. I want to say beloved black women, but that's not her name. But I do have plans to do a show. I want to do a collab. Let's see here. Oh, betterment of black women. I'm sorry. I hope. Yeah, I'm gonna get with betterment of black women, and I'm gonna reach out to her. I want to do a show, and it's going to be a funny show. We're going to do a show on. We're talking about it on vanilla thugging, and we're just going to make fun of some of these guys that try to appropriate black culture and date. And we're going to go into that. It'll be funny, but we're going to get into the issues about that because if you're going to date interracially, you want a man that loves you. You don't want a man that's trying to experience the black experience, sort of say, that wants to be with you because he loves you, not because he wants to be like a black guy, or you know what I mean. There's white men out there that try to be like black men, and you want a man that loves you, that's going to be himself. And I want to go into this, and we're going to make it funny though, but I'm going to reach out to her and do that. I talked to her about it before. I'm going to send an email. That's a project I want to do. No Vanilla Ice or Eminem. Yeah. We're going to call it white, or not white thug, vanilla thugging. Vanilla thugging. I just thought it was funny, and but I'm going to do that. I'll probably do it on her show unless she wants to do it on my show. I'll give her, do it over on her show, and go over to Betterment of Black Women and go to her channel. Watch her videos, show her some love, like and subscribe to her channel. She's got a good channel. She's been on this channel a number of times, and her heart's in the right place, and she wants the best for black women, and she's a black woman. That makes sense. But that's what I'm looking at here in the future. Probably next week, I'll reach out. Did you see my question? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I wasn't even looking at the chat. See, I'm kind of out there. Could you do a season 1 night on how to pray for a spouse? A session, sorry. Could you do a session one night on how to pray for a spouse? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. That would be a good thing for the prayer meeting. Yeah, we can talk about that. How to pray for a spouse, yes. We can also talk about what to look for, how we can meet that spouse, where we can go, and yeah, we can do that. Yeah, Miss Brio, we can definitely. That would be a good topic for the prayer meeting. We can do it. Maybe maybe we could do that Tuesday. Would you be interested in doing that Tuesday? Because that would be a good thing. That's something that's so important, because we need to pray for a wife. Women, you need to pray for a good husband. we're supposed to, and we're supposed to look at the qualities in that man or woman, because we want to choose a good wife. And ladies, you want to choose a good husband, because that will affect your life, your children's life, and really it affects the community too, really. That is very important. Yeah. And we need to pray for, I prayed for my wife. I did. If there's anything I did right, is I asked for a good wife. That's there's things I messed up in my life and I did wrong, but one thing I did right is I asked God for a good wife. I got that down. Maybe not anything else, but I did that. That's one thing I got right. Now I just need to work on everything else. But Black women work real hard in America. That's true. Nothing is given to Black women. I agree with that. In fact, Black women are owed a lot of stuff they haven't got. Seriously. And Black women deserve a lot more love and respect for what they do. And we need to talk about that more. We need to uplift Black women. They are the most educated. Why don't we say it? Why don't we embrace that? Black women, you're amazing. This is a victory you have. I mean, we should do that. You're the most loving and nurturing. Say it. Thank you. You're welcome. Absolutely. Vanilla thugging. Yeah, we're going to teach you. I'm going to get with Betterment of Black Women. We're going to teach you how to vanilla thug the right way. Do some real vanilla thugging. We'll get the do-rag out, the gold chain. We'll do it. Maybe I'll sag my pants a little bit, get that thugging vibe going. I'm not good at vanilla thugging, but I'll try. Okay. Yeah, I just want to do a video. I think that would be funny and a good way to get to a point, And the thing of it is just be yourself. Okay. There's nothing wrong with loving Black culture or Black people. We're supposed to, right? But there's nothing, you can adopt certain things. Maybe a Black person dresses nice and man, that's a nice style. That's okay. But when you try to become someone you're not, that's when it gets goofy. There's certain things I love that Black people do. And there's nothing wrong with it. But when you go to a point where you go to the extreme and, because you love like R&B music, right? It's good music. But when you go to the extreme to where you start putting dreads in your hair and cornrows and start changing, throwing slang in there, and I mean, you could do that, but that's goofy. That's just weird. Just be you. Okay? Yeah. But that's what I wanted to cover in that. And I use vanilla thugging because it's funny. Because we see like a picture of Kip, that goofy little white guy. He throws on a do-rag and he has a gold chain. He's got his Black girlfriend, and yeah, I don't think that guy's like that in real life. He's just playing a part, being silly. Yeah. Playing into a stereotype, Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, Miss Brio, we'll do that. I think Tuesday I'll work on that. That's a good thing because we need to choose right when it comes to relationships, especially marriage. Because then you have a lifetime commitment to that person, and then you have kids, and it's a big responsibility. We got to choose right when it comes to that. That can affect our life in so many ways. Yeah, Coca, child free, yes. You're right. Yes, black women should be wary concerning men of other races, yes. Who just want to brag, I've been with a black woman, yet there's no respect for women as, yeah. And that, you're right on. Black women, you need to be careful with all men, okay? You might have a friend that's married to a white man that's a great guy, but you might meet that white guy that just wants the experience with a black woman, okay? You don't want that. You want the man that loves you, wants to be with you, wants to spend his life with you. You don't want the guy that just wants to see what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good point. Because there are predators in all races. Right? There are white men that love black women and will be good husbands and fathers. And then there's some that are dusty and will just exploit black women. Okay? I wish it wasn't that way, but we got to know the truth. Okay? Ladies, your standard is your standard. Okay? It's about you. It's not about the guy you're with. Okay? You don't need to lower your standards for him. You don't need to date and marry down. He needs to date and marry up. Okay? Or what I mean to say is he needs to get his standards up. If he wants a good wife and a good mother to his children, he needs to be a good man and do what's needed to have that. Okay? Ladies, date and marry up. Never down. Men, on the other hand, you either go to the level you're at or you go down economically. Okay? You need to be the protector and provider. Okay? Ladies, you need to be hypergamist. Okay? It's not a bad thing. It don't mean you're a gold digger. It means you want a good, solid foundation. You want resources for you and your children. Okay? And when you have that, the man can be a man and provide and protect. He can feel like he's doing what he needs to do. Okay? Yeah. There are celebrities dating down. And what blows my mind is seeing celebrities go 50-50. Like, what? It's upsetting the apple cart. Yeah. Hey there, Winter Glow. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close this. It's been 2 hours and 23 minutes, which is good. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the panels and everything. And I'll be back on Tuesday for our prayer meeting. I will be back next week. Thanksgiving. I might do a show Thanksgiving. I don't know. I'll see. I'm not going to have a lot of people over like I usually do, so I might do a show. I'm just going to have my parents and just my wife and daughter. So I might do a show. I'll see how it goes. But if not, I'll have a show Saturday, and every weekend I'll do a show. I'm going to focus mostly on Saturdays and Tuesdays. Okay, it won't always be that way. Don't ever feel alarmed when I take a long vacation. It's just I need to get away from YouTube for a bit. But I'm usually not gone more than a week. I love doing this too much. But sometimes I just got to clear my head of this crazy stuff. But but it is good stuff too. It's a blessing to be able to do this. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I might do a show Thanksgiving night. Okay, we'll see how that goes. But I will be here Tuesday for a prayer meeting, and Saturday I'll be doing a show also. Okay, Thanksgiving's up in the air. That's if I have time. I'm not going to promise a show because Thanksgiving's Thanksgiving, but I might have a little time in the evening when everybody's full of turkey and ham and all that stuff. Yeah. YouTube can drain. Yeah, it can. It does. YouTube, let me tell you, YouTube is the biggest emotional roller coaster. You will feel every emotion. I don't care if you're a man or a woman doing YouTube. You will feel I'm serious. Oh my God. It's at times you'll feel on cloud nine, you're uplifted, your channel's growing, people are showing you love, it's great. And then sometimes you get people that are mad at you because you said something the wrong way that was taken a different way, and you might lose a few people, or sometimes you get confrontation within your channel and it'll split up some people and people will be mad at you, so you'll go from being uplifted, happy on cloud nine to upset, angry, hurt. It's YouTube, it is what it is. But man, sometimes you just need to get away with it, get away from it. Sometimes you have trolls come in that just will mess with you. Sometimes you'll have beefs with people, and it's just sometimes you just want to say, you know what, heck with this for a little bit. And that's all that is. All creators go through this, and a lot of creators you'll see that'll take time off, whether they're a small channel or those big channels that have hundreds of thousands of followers, they take breaks too. It just is what it is. But just sometimes you need to take a break for a little bit, regroup, get your thoughts together, and move forward. But overall, it's a good thing. Overall, I've had a blast doing this, and my passion is doing this. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close. You have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys Tuesday if you want to join me in a prayer meeting. Oh, thank you so much. You make me and Sandy feel good. Seriously. You really do. And I appreciate you guys. And big love to you. Thank you, Genesis. Good to see you, young lady. Thank you. And thank you, Carol Winterglow, Kathleen, Miss Brio, April May, Coca Child Free, They say Miss Brio. CWC, Indiana Mom. Always good to see you, Indiana Mom. CWHT. Brand new Mercedes. Good to see you. Millie Pop. Good to see you, young lady. TY Nicole. Cookie. You guys have a good night. And if I missed somebody, oh, Colored Gal, good to see you. I think I got everybody that's in the chat. If I missed you, I apologize. Beverly Johnson, of course, have a good night. Academy Carmel Curls. Okay. I think I got everybody in the chat. Okay, guys, you have a good night. God bless you and your families. And I'll see you soon. Oh, Alexander, good to see you, bro. Sorry, yeah, I'm just now closing it up. I'll see you on one of the lives. And good to see you, Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of the Roadrunner family. Thank you for your love and support, your kind words. Thank you for showing love and respect to me and my wife, Sandy. I appreciate that. I'm grateful for it. I'm humbled that you've taken the time to spend with me and engage in the live shows and watch my videos. I thank you so much for that. It feels really good knowing that you have that you support me and my wife, Sandy. Nolette PLM, good to see you, young lady. But it feels good to have your support, ladies and gentlemen. I don't take it for granted. It's a blessing. I know I can lose it at any time. You're what makes this channel happen. And it's about you. It really is. This is your network. Okay? I'm just the CEO running it. Really. Okay? But anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. God bless you and your families. Swirl to investment. Have a good night.